Hello, hello. This is Tommy Thomas coming to you live from T-ster Talk, and today we got a bizarre situation. Now, this is crazy. All right, I don't even know if this is true or not, or real, or it's somebody just trying to get attention. But it did come across, all the social media. This lady from Brazil, I think she's 36 years old. Okay. Sullen Carey is what she's calling herself. We don't know her real name, but who cares? It's crazy. She's the lady who decided to marry herself. Hey, I'm getting older. I know men are coming around. I need to do something soon. My marriage clock is ticking, and I got to do something about this. Okay, so I think I'm going to figure this out. This is what she's saying. Well, no one said I couldn't marry myself. There's no realistic law against it. But I guess she figured, hey, I love myself more than anybody else is going to do it. Why not me? So that is really, really crazy, right? It's just unbelievable. We got to this day and age where you mean to tell me that trying to find the opposite sex in most cases, right? I know same-sex marriages are allowed, so I'm not going to exclude that, but I'm just talking about on the traditional part of it. I mean, you're not waiting on anybody to really find a way. Did you not go to what most people go to? The big source of all sources is God. Please, Lord, send me the person that you want me to be with, and that I need to be with, and that will do things with me the way I need them to be done, and the way I can do for that person to be, equally yoked. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And you mean to tell me that there was nobody there for her? So she said, you know what? I've had it. I'm going to take matters my own self. So I assume she went to Jared and got her ring and proposed to herself, right? I'm just assuming because I haven't seen pictures, but I'm just telling you, that's funny. So say she proposes to herself. Did she take herself to the, a 5-star restaurant? How did she set it all up romantically for her own self, her own personal needs, right? And it's just that thought alone is crazy, right? But if you haven't heard about this is something that has happened. So she goes ahead, finds a wedding dress, right? Gets herself down. Now, I was always told that you had to have a witness. But since she's marrying herself, I guess her other self is the witness. Who knows? I don't even know who performed the ceremony, if you're even allowed to do it. This is all hocus pocus, I'm pretty sure. But it's fun, right? It's funny to think about somebody actually doing it. Probably not the first time somebody thought about doing it, right? She probably just went ahead and said, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I mean, how many people are out there alone, right? They say, well, I'm not getting married. I haven't found the right person. Maybe God is not going to send me the person I need to be with. I'm going to go my whole life and be unhappy, unmarried. And I don't want that for my life. I want to actually experience what it feels like to be married. And there's a lot of people out here who haven't experienced that. I get it. I understand. Especially with women, right? You want that white dress or off-white, anything, to come down the aisle. Some of them want different color dresses, right? Some of them want green. Some of them want red. Some of them want purple. I mean, whatever your color is, that's fine. Yellow. You can do it. You just want that experience of knowing that you came down the aisle and that you went through the whole procedures that way. That will make things fulfilling for your life. But since it didn't happen for this lady, I guess she said, I'm just going to take matters in my own hands, right? So she did it. She went through with everything. As bizarre as it is, she went ahead and did it, right? I mean, more power to her. If you feel like that's what you have to do, go right ahead. Knock your socks out. I'm telling you, I never heard anything about that at all. I've never seen anybody even actually go through it. Maybe they talked about it, but you know what I mean. So she admitted feeling lonely during the marriage. You were lonely? How could that be? You were lonely by yourself? Wow. Feeling lonely during the marriage. Despite her initial satisfaction with the decision. So she was satisfied going through with the decision. But somewhere down the way, it got a little lonely. I mean, who would have thunk that? You got lonely in a self-made marriage? Wow. Where was the counseling, right? Was there a counselor to talk to her about this before she actually went through with it to see that this was, going to be a disaster from the beginning? Probably not. Well, you know what? She probably is her own counselor. Who knows? So anyway, going forward, in a recent interview, she opened up about the challenges of being in a relationship with oneself. The challenges. No way. Another thing? You mean to tell me there's a challenge of being by yourself? I thought you knew yourself. Well, so she opened up about the challenges of doing this, right? Sharing that the pressure to be perfect often left her feeling exhausted. I mean, could you imagine trying to make your own self happy in ways that you don't know how to? But you're trying to make it up. You're trying to imagine somebody else, name of you, doing the opposite side of you to make you happy or whatever. That is exhausting. That's tiring to be sitting there thinking every 5 minutes, what do I want? What do I need? And then having somebody pretend like they're on the other side doing it for you. And it's actually you. Imagine that. Now this woman's a model now. Okay? Somewhere down the line, somebody slipped and fell on the head. I'm not saying that myself. That's probably what people were thinking, okay? Let's be honest. So, what a coincidence, weeks later, 24 hours later, 24 hours later. Guess what she's doing, folks? You guessed it. She's filing for divorce from her own self. Come on now. What in the world are we talking about? Filing for divorce from your own self? Marrying your own self? I mean, that's laughable. So now you admit that it's hard to live with your own self because you admit it by divorcing your own self. I mean, who's taking these filings out anyway? When you bought the marriage, when you got the marriage certificate, did a judge sign it? I mean, I got to see the paperwork. I mean, now you're saying you want to divorce your own self and you can no longer deal with it because you yourself were trying to be too boring. You didn't bring it. You all the campaign promises that you made to yourself that you were going to do, you couldn't come up with it and do it. The expectations of your own self was too high. Now you want to retract. Now you want to say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I would suggest getting your head checked and examined. That's just me. But for laughers, and again, this has got to be comical, right? I just wanted to bring your attention to it. But the thought of that. Now, in all seriousnness, how many people are lonely? Right? How many people do want to get married? How many people are saying to themselves, you know what? Yeah, she went ahead and did it. I mean, that's her own life. She can do what she wants to do. And that what made her happy, so be it. But that is crazy in itself. But what do you think about that? I know a lot of people who haven't experienced being married and who want to. But God, I'm going to tell you something right now. God, if you pray the right way and talk to him, he will send you the person you need. I guarantee it. Please don't have to go through any crazy shenanigans like this to prove any point. But I just thought this was hilarious. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. And if you think about marrying yourself, hey, let me know. What color dress or suit or whatever you're going to wear, let me know for giggles, right? Just let me know how you think about that. And please subscribe. And as always, have a great day. Take care.